Is it recording? Oh snap! It's recording. I didn't do that on purpose. I was
Well, stop it and start it.
It's too late. It's already rolling. So
You can stop it. You can stop it and delete that one. You don't have to keep that one.
it's okay.
Okay, so they're gonna have this whole conversation we was just having.
Yes, they are.
Golly.
All praise to the
Oh,
Creator
no, stop it.
and nobody else. Peace and love to everybody. So I gotta call that brother back. Brother Dexter just called. So peace and love to everybody. All praise to the Creator, nobody else, who is the only leader, only Savior, who never came down, and it was in the flesh, and was the only King. Creator said that himself. So I just want to let everybody know that. Of course, the video I showed you about what the Creator said, that's the fact, and I told the truth. It's the Creator's words. So those are His words. All I do is repeat the words that He had to say for Himself. My goal is always to make sure Israel's not misled, or anybody I told to teach does not go off track. I can't control what people do. I know that the Creator has let me know in so many ways that I had no business telling nobody to teach. Brother Truth would have taught on his own. Brother Corey would have taught on his own. The brothers who's teaching now, who's teaching the basic stuff, survival skills, would have taught on their own. All the four brothers that failed were never meant to teach. And that was an error for me to tell those other four brothers to teach. Brother Whitehead, I want to say I don't have a problem with you. I love you. I know I said I love you a whole bunch of times on other videos, but I really do as a brother. And it hurts me to see anybody that I told to teach, although I had no business telling nobody to teach. I know that now. He gave me to teach and tell me from a child to be teaching. So he told me to teach. Doesn't mean I have authority to tell you to teach. But it hurts me to see anybody get anything wrong or be misled, not because of I know one man had misled somebody, but I'm not going to get on that. But the problem is that this King James Version Bible is a very wicked, wicked book. It deceives a lot of people, and the truth is we don't have our feast days. And we're not going to get our feast days until the Creator puts us back on top, when the Creator's ready. When the Creator said we are totally destroyed, He meant it in every way. As you know, I've never lied to you, never taught you anything that was false. Everything has been backed up with hardcore evidence. So this video is just to let everybody know, including anybody. If I mention you in a video, I don't have a problem with you. I don't have any beef. We're not, if you're my brother, you're my brother. Okay, my concern was the things that I just mentioned. And I have a very good right to that concern because everything I told you is right. Everything in the videos that was showed you is spot on. There's no denying the evidence. I did see two folks put a thumbs down. If you don't want to hear the truth, that's on you. The Creator said that He will hear, His sheep will hear His voice. So if you can't hear His voice when the Creator is speaking through me or using me to show videos, then that's up for the Creator. Our job is just to put it out there and to let the Creator do His work. Our job is to plant the seed, let the Creator wake you up. If He wants to be woke, some of you are simply fuel for the fire. I feel as though Israel needs to have thicker skin. Israel needs to toughen up. I feel that Israel can be very soft at times. And that's going to hurt us. Point in case, we were too soft to deal with the Creator. When the Creator said He wants to be king over us, we dissed Him because we were too soft to deal with Him. Our people in that King James Bible said that His voice scared them. They thought they were going to die when they heard His voice because it was so powerful. He's a spirit. So, now He speaks to us in vibrations. 432 means love. We are love. That's why they had to change the vibration of this earth. And it's not a vibration that we're supposed to exist on. We are not, like Brother Chu said, we are not even from this inner earth. Because right now, you're in inner earth. And I mean inside the earth. There's many levels of earth. That's why they said 12 levels of heaven. And there's one also being, from what I understand, being made. So there's going to be 13 levels of heaven. It keeps going. The Creator's always expanding, always building. He never stops. So ain't no telling how many levels there really are. But the place we're going to go through is past the gates, past the wall. The Creator gave brother, it's free to pay attention, that dream a long time ago to don't know where we're going. We're going to a place where no man's been before. The Bible says, I build you a place. Maybe that's why there's a new level, a new dimension on this place that you call earth, which is outer earth, which may be the 13th dimension or higher that the Creator is building for us that nobody's been on. We're going to be at the highest level, chilling with the Creator. The Creator is going to be boss. Creator is still boss. Creator is still king and will be king. Creator is still leader and still be leader. The Creator is everything that is good, and we could not even exist if it wasn't for Him. That's why sometimes I tell you that the Creator is life itself. Without the Creator, life wouldn't even exist. And for Him to come inside this reality, full-fledged, like they keep teaching in these churches, which means that you would cease to exist. That's why it says you are a body of. We are all a portion of the Creator, a piece of 1.5 ounces. We dwell somehow, weirdly, I can't explain it exactly, in Him. But the whole universe, He's outside universe, so to speak. So those are the things that they're basically trying to tell you. It's just not easy to explain. Like, I couldn't really easily explain that. And even most of you guys is not going to get what I just said because that wasn't an easy way to explain it. So I just want you to know that all the teachers that the Creator has already appointed, all right, we've been telling you the truth. We don't have a problem with anybody. We just don't want to see people get misled. We're very passionate about it. The Creator made us that way. We don't, we're not trying to make you an enemy. I know that we speak harshly, sometimes in harsh language, and it hurts your feelings, but it's supposed to cut you like a double-edged sword. It's supposed to hurt, because when you cut, you change. If you ain't cut, you don't change. You can take that with relationships. The first cut is the deepest, is what they say, but that made you adapt to your next relationship. You learned from it. Okay, so it's to get you to learn, get you to change. When you getting anyone, including myself, getting any constructive criticism, it is better for you to take the constructive criticism. And one thing I always say is, I always tell you, don't believe anything I say. I don't even want you to. I want you to do the research based on what I told you, showed you, and proved. I don't care how many times it's been proven. By the Creator just me to prove it. I don't care how many times it's been shown, how many times I read older literature, because older is better, or even in the King James Version where things have been proven by the Creator. You must do the research yourself, and you must buy older books. You're not going to get the truth for 1995. If you at the King James Version and you stop there, or the Septuagint, that's in that book, whatever, Septuagint, and you stop there, you're not doing enough. And that's not going to make you a good teacher. It really ain't. You're very limited. I told everybody to get laptops. The Creator put, let me tell everybody to get laptop. Go on computer, go to the library, buy older books. The Creator had me say all these things for the reason I've been told y'all to throw that King James Version Bible out. It's one thing if you know all the hijacks, but the truth is, there's so many hijacks that 99.9% will never figure out all the hijacks. But the truth, me, and some very few others have been very fortunate because of the Creator has used us to figure out the hijacks. And everything we say, we've proven, whether you've liked it or not. So I'm just here doing the job the Creator wanted me to do since I was a little kid. I was always being told by the Creator, through people, even, and sometimes it's embarrassing that the Creator wanted me to teach, and He was mad at me because I did not want to do it, and I would not do it. Well, the Creator rolled me, beat me upside the head, and He got what He wanted, because He always gets what He wanted. So I'm just here to do my job, and I want to say, everybody, I love you. I love you, everybody. That goes to you too, Brother Whitehead. You still my brother. I just pray that the Creator shows anybody who doesn't believe the evidence that was shown and has not researched deep into the stuff they need to research, because it never stops. That they wake up and they do the research, because that's what you need to do. If you have not done deep research, you have not bought a decent amount of books, you have not gone online, you do not have more than one web search, you have not bought a laptop, you've not went to the library, you have not paid any cash for older books, or have anybody send books who have got books. Or even when somebody say, I'll send you information, you have not called and said, or say, oh, give me the information, then the truth is you're not doing enough. Lazy people will not get to the kingdom. Lazy people will not get to the kingdom. Okay? My wife, she studies with me. I went over, I think, was it two? It was kind of late, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
2 times. And we went over. I had her read it. I didn't read it. Let her read it for herself. And she studies for herself. So I see her with her pen and paper and stuff organized. And she writes stuff down. Sometimes she pauses in between to try to absorb things. This truth isn't easy. This truth hurts, man. This truth is brutal. This truth will hurt your feelings so bad that you either get mad or you want to cry. That's the cold hard facts. Nobody knows it all. But it is important that you listen to the teachers that do know the most. Although it's not about knowing the most, but you want to get the most information. Listen to the folks who know the most. Okay? And you want to do the research that they're telling you to do. Even if they prove something, still do the research. Right? I said before, we are all pieces of the puzzle. Take Brother Corey Brother Freedom Penitentiary, for example. I'm going to show you a video soon, brother. There's a lot of stuff that he brought out that I would have never thought of. I didn't know that a lot of people was in England. I didn't know they were ruling over British. I knew that everybody in the world was black, as they say. I didn't know they were our people. I didn't know that we ruled French. I didn't know that the Jacob, what you call Jacobites, who were the Black Moors, ruled Jamestown, Virginia, after King James. I didn't know some of this stuff. Well, I knew the Jamestown part, but I didn't know a lot of more depth. And he has, brother, as free to pay attention, has brought out a lot of that stuff. He's the one that told us about Pastor Walls, and then I did research on it. Creator revealed to me that, yeah, he got that dream from the Creator, because there's solid evidence that Earth is not what you think it is. Earth is so not what y'all think it is. They played everybody. So you see, Brother Truth, there's some things that he brings out that I don't bring out. I know that me and Brother Truth touch on a lot of similar subjects. We have different ways to break things down to you. And he's telling you the truth, just like I'm telling you the truth, like Brother Us Free to Pay Attention is telling you the truth. And you see the brothers who are teaching skills, our skills, well, they showing you how to survive. Well, there's truth in that. So we just all trying to do our job, and we hoping that anybody who has felt for the okey doke with that King James book and the Fertiligen, whatever you want to call that Bible, that book, I would say that you need to buy older books. Throw that King James in the trash. That's the first thing. Burn that shit and throw it in the trash. First thing to do. That book is wicked. That shit is so wicked, man. That King James teach you how to serve the devil for real. There's a lot of truth, but there's too many lies in that to even to differentiate anything unless the Creator's dealing with you directly and like literally sending messages right to your brain. Like that's how he did me. That is, so you got to get older books. You got to spend money. You know, women, if you're married to somebody who's a teacher, lucky for you, because I'm pretty sure he has older books, and you can stay together, and you ought to encourage him to buy more older books. Okay, and like I said, there's 4 books that I've got, which Brother Truth given to me. And I'm going to, once I get them all printed out and go over these books, that's when I'll start giving them out, because I want to be able to tell you how to study these books. Just like I got the Tanakh. You have to study that book from right to left. It's complicated. You know, there's many books you have to read with a dictionary, and a dictionary, there's a big thick dictionary upstairs, and even with that book, it's not good enough. You have to actually have more than one web search to figure out the history behind the meaning, where the word came from, what it means, and where the meaning came from, what it derived from, where it originated from, to fully understand what you are reading. because that's how complicated it is. You cannot think that they would just release some of our books and not make it hard for the research. And you start to realize there's still hijacks in some places of them books. It's less hijacks. But these hijacks are way easier to tell that they're hijacked compared to the King James Bible. It's hard to tell what a hijacks is. The only reason I was able to even tell you what a hijacks were because the creator was showing me the hijacks. Otherwise, and I said this many times, I wouldn't know shit. And we are all nobodies. We are literally 1.5 ounces of a piece of the creator because we are his children. That ain't shit. 1.5 ounces on the scale ain't nothing. And I know this because the scientists wanted to know how much we weigh. And they discovered that we weigh 1.5 ounces. They discovered that we live in our perineal gland. This is why they want you to do what they want you to do. I can't say what I want to say. You know what I'm talking about. So all I got to say to that is I love everybody. I love you, Brother Whitehead. I don't have a problem with you. Just want you to know that in case you thought I did. And my goal is to make sure everybody stays on the right path. Now, for now, I'm not going to tell anybody to teach anymore. You decide to teach, that's up to you and the creator, period. Because I feel as though 4 guys the creator took out and got rid of. That tells me that's 4 guys I should have told y'all to watch. So that would be 4 mistakes on my part so far. And I'm hoping there's no more mistakes as far as anybody told to teach. I know Brother Truth and Brother Corey's on the right path. I know the guys who's teaching Salah was on the right path. We hoping that everybody gets in line. But it is true, the creator's the only leader. He's the only king. He's the only savior. He never came down on the earth. There's none of that Christianity bullshit. It is what it is, and the creator said so himself, and we rejected him. And we need to stop doing that. We need to all get focused. Really, we need to get focused on the creator as the one leader, the one creator, right? And the one king. And if we focus on that as a group, the creator will start giving us more information and really completely loose these chains over our people's minds so that they do not fall to okie doke. If you get land, the land is for the people. It is not for you to rule over. It's not for you to be in charge. The creator's in charge of that land. He's the one that gave you that land. Okay? If you try to lead, then you will be in trouble because that's not what he said to do. He said he will plead in the wilderness for his people. He will plead, not you. You have no say in nothing. Your job is to provide the land and just pray to the creator. If you see something wrong, just go to the person humbly and just explain and then walk away. Let the creator deal with him. Sometimes you do have to agree to disagree. I have to say, Brother Chief, you were right on that. Not an easy thing to do, but we have to do it. And this is why the creator always wanted a council and always had a council. But he wanted to be the leader of the council of a multitude of his people. But we rejected that before. We rejected the creator. He said so himself, and he said that was at the root of our sin. So that is the main problem. Our people want to lead, we're not meant to lead. People are meant to follow the creator only. And let him be the leader and king, that's what we're supposed to do. And the root of our sin is wanting to be a leader or wanting to have a king or a leader over us. And that's not going to work. It didn't work before. It's not going to work again. Insanity is doing something over the same way, right, which is leader or a king over us, and expecting a different result. It never is a different result. It's always the same result. That's like my ex-wife was a Christian. If I was to get married to another Christian, I would have had the same result, probably worse. You see? So you have to think about that. I use myself for example, and that's plain and simple. And the creator is very simple. He puts everything simple in front of you. It is man and mankind that make things twisted and complicated, and it's causing all types of problems, not only amongst the people, but also amongst the teachers, because they're stuck on the King James or the Fertiligen Bible. You gotta go deeper. I just can't express or put enough emphasis on it, how it is to go deeper, you know? And I tell folks all the time, only teach what you know, because it's planet safe. Let the Creator give you the information. And I said to y'all many times, ask the Creator teacher and he will teach you. He will. I didn't learn anything. Listen, if that day that I had to be humble, because he humbled me to the point where I decided I didn't know enough. That's when I first got on YouTube. I didn't know enough to teach. I mean, my confidence level was down. And I just asked the Creator to help me. And I was on YouTube for like 3-4 years. No, Facebook for like 2-3 years. It was like 2-3 years on 2 years. 2 years on Facebook. And I've been doing it for 10 years, so I think I've been on YouTube for 8 years. I've been on YouTube for 8 years. So 8 years ago, when I got off of Facebook, although Creator was working with me at that point anyway, and when I got off Facebook, I went to YouTube, and I humbled he humbled me, and I asked the Creator to teach me himself because it was too hard. It was the day the Creator started showing me things, and a whole lot he showed me. A lot of you have learned a lot from watching this channel. I've seen a lot of you say that. It's like you have learned a lot from watching Rap the News' channel. I've heard a lot of you say that too. I've seen you text it. And I'm pretty sure you learned a lot from Brother Truth. I'm pretty sure you learned a lot from Brother Corey, because I've been learning too. We all are learning what piece of the puzzle. Nobody's better than the next. But we do have to really be free thinkers. We have to get away from religion altogether. Religion is no good. The devil has religion, the Creator has spirit and truth. We gotta stop acting like this is church or camps, and we have to be free thinkers, individuals who are serving the Creator only, and we are be truth seekers, looking for the Creator to give us the information, and be willing to go out and look and pay for the information. I know a lot of people don't have money, but if you pray for the information, He will give it to you. The Aramaic Trojan Bible, one of the first, second century Bible, one of the best Bibles that we have right now out in the truth sector. I didn't pay for that book. A Muslim woman on Facebook pretending to be us gave that to me. And there's a lot of, man, that book is something else. Okay? A lot. There's some books that they created, the Tanakh. I didn't pay for that book, given to me. There's like 3 or 4 books upstairs I didn't pay for, given to me. Some books I did pay for, and again, 4 books recently, given to me. Did I share? I shared like 8 books back in. Probably more than 8 books. I sent to people. The Creator gave it to me. It was meant to be sent, meant to be shared. So I'm gonna do the same with these 4 books. Just let me get them printed out and read them. At least do a nice scan over them to make sure that they're up to par in a way. Because if there's some books that if you are not a teacher, I wouldn't tell you to buy them, because sometimes you gotta go into very dark places to get the truth. And you can be easily misled if you don't know all the hijacks. So I got to be careful with books I even bother to share, to be honest with you. But that's about it. Peace and love. I love you. We love you. We love you, right, babe?
Yes, we do.
All right. And I don't have a problem with anybody. And I do agree we need to stop going back and forth. Brother Truth does bring up a lot of good points. As you know, me and him go way, way, way back. I know he tells y'all all the time. We go way, way, way back, way back. We do like 2 flats on the Cadillac. We go way back. And again, Brother Truth, I have to thank you, because you are the one, the Creator used you to encourage me to go to YouTube, because He had a plan for me. And then I'm so happy that you got on YouTube, because, needed somebody to share the payload with. And the Creator used you to do that. So, much love, Brother Truth. Much love, Brother Corey. Much love, everybody. Okay, and I love everybody. I don't have a problem with anybody. I just want everybody to know the cold hard facts. And the cold hard facts do hurt your feelings. And it sucks. But it has to be done. And in this day and time, feelings need to be hurt for us to change. Because we are too much of a stiff neck. and hard-headed people. 99.9% of us think we know it all. Can't nobody tell us nothing, which I don't understand. I've always been, when the Creator took me, I've been open-minded, very open-minded, and I don't mind learning as long as it's lining up with the truth and exposing the facts. If it's exposing that they lied, then I want to know it, you know? And the problem with our people is we don't want to believe we've been lied to as much. But the scripture says, why did Israel cry? They was all lied to. So what does that tell me on you? That all of our people are in hell, except for very few, because they were lied to. And they were too stiff-necked and hard-headed to listen to the very few that made it past the walls, through the gates, to be with the Creator. So we got to wake up fast. And this pride people have, it's got to go. This cockiness has to go. I know sometimes I come off as cocky. I'm not being cocky. If you tell the truth and the Creator is using me to do it, that's not being cocky. I will try to tone it down some because I do feel it does come across as cocky, although it's not. You know, some people don't like the harsh language. People, y'all really need thicker skin. Y'all do need thicker skin. The harsh language shouldn't even bother you. You should just brush over it and just listen to hear the truth. I've learned in life that somebody that swears like a sailor will give you the shirt off their back and are the most truthful people in the world. Person that don't swear at all won't do a damn thing for you. They'll leave you. If you was poor on the street, they wouldn't give you a dime.